Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. It's been a while, a couple of weeks, and I have been busy. Let's just check. Microphone is on. We have our music on. Hopefully not too loud. That should be good. And yeah, well, welcome, everyone. Hi, Ultra, LMF, to the stream. It's really good to see you guys here. Tonight we're going to be looking at a newly retired machine that was the start of last season at the Hack the Box Seasons tournament thing. And it was a really good machine. It's called ESCAPETWO. It is a sequel to Escape, and it was a fun machine. So I do have notes that I previously solved it, but I don't actually remember, so it's kind of almost doing it blind. We will see. Let me know how you're doing and where you are joining me from, and yeah, we'll get started in just a second. Right, so we have our machine here. We've started it up, ESCAPETWO, and this week I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I don't know if you've joined me before. You may remember Exegol, something that I have messed around with a little bit. It's basically a hacking distro within Docker containers, and it's all wrapped in Python, and it's beautiful. Anyways, I really enjoy it. I think it's a great tool. It's a good competitor to Kali and Parrot, but I'm going to try it. It runs a VNC server, and you can use it in your browser. So I'm going to be giving that a go. If you're interested in that, that's what I'm going to be doing. But basically, we'll be start off as usual with our nmap scan 10.10.11.51 -scv for default scripts and version enumeration -p- for all ports. We're going to go minimum rate of 5,000 just for speed, and then what else do we need to know? We want to, let's just check if our machine's up. Yep, all right, so we do have our machine up. Let me make this. Is there a way to make this a bit bigger? Nope. Bring it out all the way here. That should be good. And bring that there. Cool. All right, so do that. We only want the open ones. Actually, we'll leave that there. And -v for verbose. So let that run. You know what? I'm probably going to run this through, because I've done this machine before. I'm going to use the guided mode, just for more of a bit of a chill stream, not so much hitting our heads against the wall. Yeah. Let me know where you're watching from and what you've been up to today. I've been working. I've got a couple more days left at the place that I'm working, and then I'll be moving to a full-time pen test position, which is really exciting. That's some news from me. Let me know how your day has been while we wait for this Nmap scan to finish. This also, I'm pretty sure this machine is a free retired machine. Let's see. Let's see if there is a way to check. Oh no, this is page 3. Yeah, so it's currently a free machine if you are interested in doing it. Ultra says, from France here, and I'm new to the field, so just before I was on Try Hack Me, learning some stuff. Cool, that's exciting. That's exciting. Welcome, and welcome, Wrench. Let me know what you are learning at the moment on Try Hack Me. All right, so we have quite a bit of information here. Let me just move this a little bit here so we can see it. So we have port 53, which is a DNS, Kerberos on port 80, port 135, 139, BIOS and RPC. 389 is for LDAP. As we can see here, it's Nmap has predicted that it is a Active Directory machine, so it's a Windows machine. We get some certificate information here from LDAP. We can note a couple of things. So we know that the domain is sql.htb. This particular machine is a certificate authority. It's by the CA. The machine's fully qualified domain name is dc01.sql.htb. So that's all like helpful information for us. Next, we have port 445, which is SMB. I don't know why it doesn't pick it up here. Sometimes Nmap does this weird thing where it just doesn't. 464, 593, and 636, which is more LDAP and RPC. We've got more certificate information. We also have a Microsoft SQL Server, SQL Server 2019 here, which is on port 1433, which is a pretty standard port to run it on there. It has a self-signed certificate. What else? More LDAP. 5985, which is, let me know if you know what port 5985 is, let me know in the chat. Ultra says, I'm doing the network module, but I go deep dive on it, so I also do a lot of researching outside of Try Hack Me to make sure I understand it well. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's like the best way to do it. Spook says, hi, I'm also new and currently studying the Cybersecurity 101 path on Try Hack Me, as well as Google Cybersecurity Certificate on Coursera, and I'm from Germany. Awesome, welcome. That's awesome. A couple of Europeans in the chat tonight, or today for you guys. Yeah, doing lots of research on the stuff that you're learning is important. Don't skip it. And we have SMB information, clock skew, 44 seconds. And we know that message signing is enabled and required. So what we can gather from that is that we can't do NTLM relaying. Welcome Wrench from Asia. Awesome. All right. The other thing we need to note is that we actually get provided some credentials. One of the new things that Hack the Box has been doing, which I've really appreciated, is they have these machines where you get provided credentials of a low privilege user at the start, and then you kind of go from there, which is great because it means that some of the machines that are like have just a token web like web foothold, you don't need to do it on. All right, I'm gonna set up a page in my Notion notebook because even though I've done this before, it'd be really good to still show some of that stuff. So all right, so we have escape to nodes. IP is 10.10.11.51. We have credentials. And I like to put these in code blocks just because it's a bit easier to read and to copy from. All right, so we've got that. Ultra Noob says, hi, I'm from Pakistan, student, and right now I'm preparing for CNSP exam from SecOps. What is it, that one? CNSP. Exam. Ah, cool. I've seen a lot of SecOps stuff. It looks pretty interesting. I like the fact that they don't do the whole, like they just do the exam certification thing. I've never done any of the exams, but apparently they're getting pretty popular. That's cool. Nice. All right, so what we might do first is what we'll do is we'll use netexec and we'll use SMB 51-U rows and -P. What is the only downside of this VNC thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to check to see what kind of access we have there. So that's a valid account. We'll go -- shares, see if we can enumerate some shares that we might be able to read. Oh, and I forgot to answer the question I asked before. So port 5985. Port 5985 HTTP port is used for WinRM, Windows Remote Management, HTTP protocol, RPC, that kind of thing. So it does that kind of stuff. All right, so we have a few things here. So we've got an accounting department, a users. We've got read access to those things, IPC, netlogon, and sysvol. So we might want to use SMB client -d for domain SQL.htb. I actually don't remember what the rest of it is. -u host, okay. HTTP -u is rows -p is that. Host is 10.10.11.51. See if we can connect to it. Great. All right, so we want to use users. And then we'll see if we can see anything in there. So we have default. Actually, let's so we have just default user information stuff. I don't know if this is too useful for us. Ranch, I said welcome twice because once it was just to say hello, and then the second time was to welcome you from Asia. Don't be cheeky with me. All right, so we don't have anything there. What if we use, what was that? Counting department. All right, so there we can go ls. So we have two Excel things. What we'll do is we'll get, wait, let's see if we can get a, is there a way to get everything? I guess we're just, wait, what was the stuff? And we'll get counts. All right. So I do wonder if I have no. Nope. I don't have Libre. Do I have Libre on my computer? I don't. All right, I need to go put my son to bed and I will be back. I just need to, we're gonna have to figure out, let me know if you have any suggestions on how to open an Excel spreadsheet here when I don't have Excel. I don't have it on my host machine. Let me know. I'll be back in 2-3 minutes. All right, so Firefox Excel Reader, what? What is that? Let's try that. Jeez, this is shady. Extension. You're gonna try? Oh jeez, I hope I was in the right directory there. No, okay, let's move that into accounts, into and let's that wasn't helpful. What about CyberChef? Does that? CyberChef online. Try it in here. What? That's not what I wanted. Um, I think I'm wasting my time doing this. Spreadsheet viewer. Sure. Oh, go away. Did that work? That didn't work. Well, that's helpful. Unsupported media type. Maybe there's something wrong with them. Maybe they're broken. That's really annoying. Maybe. Let's have a look at this. All right, so what is the fully qualified domain name of the machine? dco1.sql.htb. There are two shares on ESCAPE2 that are not standard for Windows DC. One is users. What is the other one? Counting. Is it directory? Department. What is the password for the... Okay, so that's... We'll probably get the SA user password from this. But there's no... way to open it in Sheets without having to log in. Oh man. What? That is not what I clicked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download it. Sorry, you can't see my screen. I'm going to download and install LibreOffice. That's what I'm doing. And then I will do it through LibreOffice. Yeah. So if you've just joined us, we are doing the machine ESCAPETWO from Hack the Box. This is recently retired, and so we are attempting it. I really liked this machine. This is the second one from the Escape series. I'll probably do the Escape one maybe next stream, because I really enjoyed that one too. It was really fun. We'll see. I really hope that these files are not corrupt. They shouldn't be. Yeah, they're only a couple of kilobytes. What did I do? But we'll see. All right, let's do this. Everything just went black because I had to do UAC, as you can see. This is taking a while. Almost there. Yay, we finished. All right, cool. Moment of truth. I'm opening it. It's just on a different screen. Why? Surely it's... That's weird. Why is it doing this? Is it encrypted? I don't know. Let's try the other one. Also the same problem. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Maybe let's try. Let's try this again. Get accounts. Is it because it's in a different English? Like US? UK? Just trying to get given this screen. And it's detecting the encoding. Maybe if I just go through until we hit one that actually works. I don't know. This is really strange. I don't remember having to do this last time. Has anyone in the chat ever encountered this kind of thing before? Unzipping it. Maybe. I mean, we can try that. Do we have unzip? Yep. Counts. This was made in what's that thing called? LibreOffice. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. So we have credentials here. So we have username, password. So maybe it might be easier to open this up in like a Firefox. Where are you? Maybe. Oof. All right, so we have, oh, there we go. So we found the password for the SA account. Oh, this is annoying me. Why aren't you playing? All right, so we have some passwords here. We have SA, we have Kevin, Oscar, Angela. All right, so what we'll want to do is we want to get that That's not what I wanted. So I'm just going to use a different browser just for the ease of it. And we'll add the credentials in here. Hi, Nicola Tummy. Welcome to the stream. So we have Angela, Kevin, Oscar, SA, yep. All right, so that. Now, in a real like pen test, we want to take note of all of these things because we don't know when we'll need these credentials. But for this one, we know that the next step is this password. So we'll put that in here for the guided mode. What is the password for the SA user? And it's MySQL password. So from there, let me just, so we've got this. Now what we want to do is get out of there, clear that. Now we want to try our access. SA, and we need why did that get rid of it? Is that still open? Yes. All right, great. So we'll copy that there. To here. We narrow it. So that didn't work there, but maybe, is it a local account? All right, so it's not, I don't know if it's a local account, but we'll try MS SQL and see if that works. All right, so we are admin on the MySQL server. So now what we can do is in bracket MS SQL, or do we have it here? Client, what's the so we do username, password, SA at 10.10.11.51. Cool, and then we have that. So there's always a little bit of delay between when it comes and when I see it, and sometimes I'm distracted by what I'm doing and then I don't see it. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, so what we want to do is we want to see if we can do xb command shell. Who am I? All right, blocked access. So we can try doing the enable. Cool, so now we have access as the SQL service. Let's see, are we able to what can we do with that? Okay, so we can do xp to a tree. What is the name of the file found in the installation directory? So we'll do that. 2019. Can we do this? Is that it? No. Express a dv to underscore enu. Here we go. SQL configuration .ini. Does this work? Blocked access to procedure of component because this component is turned off as part of the security configuration. Enable xb cmd shell. There we go. All right, so we've got the SQL service credentials there. So that's all we needed to do. We needed to, so after every single time you use XP command shell, we need to re-enable it in order to let us run another command. So what we did was we found this SQL configuration file, which is the initial file that's used. And then from there we could get the actual SQL service credentials, which, like, I thought potentially we could use an NTLM, like we could use a responder to call out, but then we wouldn't actually be able to crack the password, seeming as it's this. So let's copy this over. All right. And we'll put that into our notes. Cool. All right, so let's see what happens from here. SQL SVC. So what is the name of the user who likely reused their password during the SQL service installation? No. SA? No. Let's close that. Who would be the likely person? Does anyone know in chat who they reckon? So we have the candidates that we have are Rose, Angela, Kevin, Oscar, SA and SQL service. So what we'll do is alright, so we do have that. We may have WinRM. Fingers crossed. No. Where is it? MSSQL. That user can do it. Local auth. See if that. No. All right. Let's see if we got any more information on our shares. Not at this stage. So we still have our users accounting department. We could have a look at we could unzip accounting. See if that happens. Does this have anything new? No, so we just have Dunder Mifflin Business Consultancy. That kind of thing. All right. All right, so what we'll do, maybe we did see that this was a certificate authority. So if we can't authenticate, we haven't tried our other credentials, have we? No, we haven't. All right, let's try them first before we move on. But what I'm thinking is we may need to run Bloodhound potentially, and we'll see. No. Okay, so Angela's account doesn't work. Oscar's account does work. I keep doing that. And let's see if Kevin works. So Kevin's doesn't, and Oscar's does. Try that with a WinRM. And no. What was the password for? So none of those passwords match, but the accounts that work, these ones don't, and these ones do. Working. Not working. All right. Alright, so now what we can do is maybe we can run certify and see. We'll do this. And we'll do that with our SQL account, SQL service. Did I get rid of that? I think I did. Let's copy that there. Oh, yep. Vim etc hosts. We need to add it to our host file to make sure that it can resolve the domain. So it is sql.hdb and dco1.sql sql.htb. All right, there we go. All right, so that should work now. All right. So we found 34 certificate templates, 1 certificate authority, 12 enabled certificate templates. All right, let's have a look at those. Do we want, well, just do in JSON because it's easier to read. No, that's not what we wanted. Why are you opening in that? Does it not have? Like a mouse pad? All right, so we have, that's a certificate 30. Is that all we got? Oh, I did say find vulnerable. I want all of them. All right, and what we'll do is we'll run Bloodhound Python. How do we run this? Okay. Domain SQL.htb user service password is that, and we want see all. That's our connection method. 10.10.11.51. I think that's it. No. And we need to specify anything. You know what, let's get rid of this. There we go. And then we will also neo for J start. We'll start a bloodhound thingamabobby. That is the correct term. All right, and we'll clear database. Cool. All right, so now we want to import upload data. So do that. And is this let's have a look. This is not. I think that's see if there's a is it the old bloodhound? Let's give that a go. See if we can. Yep. So we're at the right. We are in the right domain. All right. 206. Why does it? Okay, I think I need to do old Bloodhound. Let's delete. There we go. All right. Hopefully that will give us what we need. Yes. Is that what we need? I think that's... Yep. All right. Let's have a look and see if we have any certificate things here. Find all certificate templates. So we have these 12. Now, out of all of these, instantly this one pokes out at me, Dunder Mifflin authentication, because that was an accounting thing. Yeah. But let's have a look. Oscar. Let's mark you as owned. See if you have authenticated users can enroll. What about, no, was it Kevin? Who else worked? Oh, SQL service. Same kind of thing. Let's go back to this. So see what they're saying. So it's potentially that one of the users has used their password. Who just had that? How do we go back? Ryan has right owner of CA. Okay, so we could, let's have a look and see if we can do we have our, where is it? I want to get, instead of writing it all out, I would much rather rewrite. Much rather hit up 1,000 times. Maybe Ryan is reusing their password. And they are. So in this case, let's see if we get WinRM, because they might have, right? And they do. We do have WinRM access. So we've just owned Ryan as well. Yeah, and they're part of the remote management. Let me just, why did that do that? That was weird. Management departments, remote management users. All right. And with that, evil WinRM. And we get a shell. So the user who's reused their password is Ryan. It's very exciting, very exciting. And we have our flag there. So we have found our flag. So now the next question is which user does the Ryan user have right owner permissions over? And we saw that over here. If we go back here, back to first degree control, we have right owner access over CA service. What group is the CA service a member of that relates to certificate publication? So now we will check what memberships, cert publishers, yep. And what is the name of the vulnerable certificate template that can be exploited by the cert publishers group? So now where we go? And the cert publishers group has generic all over the Dunder Mifflin authentication one. So generic all, if you don't know, members of the group, so publishers, have generic all privileges over to the group GPO or certificate in this case, Dunder Mifflin authentication. This is also known as full control. This privilege allows the trustee to manipulate the target object however they wish. So in the case of a certificate, it means we can change it to whatever we want and then use that change to issue ourselves certificates for other users. And in this case, we can then change it to issue a certificate of authentication for the administrator account. So Dunder Mifflin authentication. Mifflin authentication. And then we can get the user's hash. So what we'll do now, all right, so we want to set this as ending node. All right, so we need to so a right owner has the ability to modify the owner of the user CA service. Object owners retain the ability to modify object security descriptors regardless of the permission on the object's DACL. So we can either do this in Windows using using PowerView, I think, or we can do this in Linux, which is probably what I will do. In this case, we can force a password change of the CA service user using NetRPC, and then we can use those credentials to abuse the generic all privileges over Dunder Mifflin, if that makes sense. So does that make sense to the people watching? So we've got Ryan. We have right owner access to CA service, which means we can then reset and change their password. Because CA service is a member of the cert publishers group, the cert publishers group has generic all rights over Dunder Mifflin certificate template. That means that CA service has generic all rights over Dunder Mifflin authentication. Yeah. All right, let's give that a go. Do I have... I wonder if I have some sort of... No, I don't think I do. I was hoping that I had some form of a notepad or something so I could write down the commands, but we might just have to do this way. All right, so right owner from Linux To change the ownership of the object, you may use in packets owner edit example script. To abuse ownership over of a user object, you may grant yourself generic all privileges. The heck? All right, so we need to make ourselves the owner, and then give ourselves full control, and then force the password change after that. In that case, so we'll do this. All right. So we'll do that. That. And then we will do that. All right, so we want to write owner. We want to do Ryan, CA_service. HTTP C_service and no. Okay, yeah, I get it. So that's going to be Ryan, and this is going to be that. Right, so then we give ourselves full control. Principal, we want to be Ryan, and our target user is CA service, and then we do the same thing. That. And then our target user again here, and we'll change this to something else. Super amazing. And we'll use this user. .11.51. All right, so now let's we'll do this. What did I do wrong? Unrecognized arguments. Owner. Alright, let's see if we can get this right, because it's probably changed since that version came out. So we get our identity at the end. And we have okay. New owner. So this is meant to be new dash owner. All right, and so now copy this over. Okay, we've modified the DACL. And now we just need to, no. Just need to change the password. Where did I put a quote? Oh. Cool. So now we can try netexec smb 10.10.11.51-u ca underscore service dash p and that should work. Fingers crossed. Yep, and so that worked. All right. All right, so now we want to do ca underscore service at sql.htb. See if there's anything there that might help us. All right. So this one is vulnerable to ESC4, which is that generic all permissions. And that is because we have cert publishers is right owner, right DACL, and right property. And then full control principals. That means they have full control over this certificate template, which means we can make it vulnerable to ESC1. And then what's it called? And then we can abuse it from there to get the administrator's hash. So now I need to remind myself hacker recipes, ESC4. All right, so we save the old configuration, edit the template and make it vulnerable. And then we request a certificate template with a custom SAN. And then we restore the original configuration. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do what we did last time. We will copy this into the Notion. Here. And then what we'll change here is CA_service. SQL.htb password .11.51 diffie Mifflin authentication. Is that what it's called? Dunder Mifflin authentication. Let's just try that. Dunder Mifflin authentication. All right. So now we'll just copy this. Change. Oh no. Do all this again so we don't have to. And we will need to get UPN is user principal name. All right, so we need the ADCS host. Which will be the same in this case because it is the same machine. And then the certificate authority name. We will get that from our nmap scan. That was the first thing. So our SQL DC, that. I think that's what it is. All right, and then it should be enough for us in our circumstances. I'll clear this. Let's do that. All right, so that's changed it. Now Let's see if this is the right thing. So now we're requesting a certificate, got error. Okay, so why is that? What happened? ADCS host. Let's try that again. Okay, so our credentials were reset. Okay, so we'll do this. Change it back. Change that. Change the certificate template, and then we will request debug. Okay, so we got our PFX. I just realized something. This needs to be a fully qualified domain name, not an IP. So, what is that? What is it going to be? DC01? See if that works. Okay, so that did save our PFX. Okay, and now what was the next thing that I need to do? We can use our PFX. Ah, pass the certificate. Here we go. And we'll just copy this over. Straight up. .10.11.51. And that should give us our hash. There we go. So we got our hash for administrator. And we can put that in here. That will be this part. Boom. All right, so, and with that, we have our root flag. So we'll just do a equal winrm there. Oh. We will change that to administrator. This to a capital H for hash. That there, and then that should give us a shell. And we have a shell. And we got root. There we go. And that's how we solve escape 2. So that was a pretty fun machine. I really enjoy that kind of jumping around and seeing how things kind of interrelate with one another. I think that's the appeal of Active Directory for a lot of people. Yeah. Thanks for joining me tonight. This was fun. I hope you learned something. I definitely learned stuff, as I usually do. Yeah, if you like what you saw, join me. I do this time every week, most weeks. And we usually go for about 2 hours, and we do some sort of hack the box thing. Maybe next week we'll go through Escape 1 and do that, because that's got some pretty cool cool exploitation steps. I really like that one too. So yeah, kudos to, I don't know who created this one. These guys, I'm gonna give them respect because they're great. Yeah, if you get a chance, hit this machine up. It's free at the moment, so it's worthwhile doing and giving it a go. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend. And yeah, I will see you at another time. Have a good night, folks.